Alright guys, welcome to part 3 of the CR250 build. Today we're going to be cleaning up a bunch of the parts that I had on my cart over there, and if you haven't seen both the two other videos that I have on the channel, definitely go check those out. But today we're going to be cleaning the brakes, the radiators, I have the intake manifold, the throttle tube, sort of just a few miscellaneous parts that I haven't cleaned up yet. And I'm waiting to do the shock until I can fix my sandblaster so that we can powder coat the shock spring. And then also we have to do the wheels and tires eventually as well. But I'm getting my sandblaster in working order pretty soon. It's it's over there, and it's getting worked on, caulk and a new lighting system. A few other little odds and ends, but that's about it, about the sandblaster. But stay tuned, and we'll start cleaning up these parts. Alright guys, so first step in cleaning is I'm going to do the back brakes first, and we got to do a little bit of disassembly. I'm going to be cleaning up this pedal, so the cotter pin that holds the pedal onto the master cylinder, we're going to have to take that off. And then, as I look at it now, this brake rotor guard is cracked right here. So we're going to have to get a new one of those. And then here, I'm going to clean this as well, the caliper guard. And then I'm going to separate the caliper mount from the caliper and clean all that, clean the master cylinder, shine everything up, clean all the hoses. And then I'll do the same thing for the front brakes, and then as you can see here, we need a new front brake lever as well, because that one is pretty bent. So, let's just get right into cleaning these back brakes. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to take this cracked rotor guard off, 2 Phillips head screws, so I'm just going to, there's one. And there's the other, and here's the rotor guard. So as you can see, it's cracked right here. So we're going to have to get a new one of those. Alright, next is the caliper guard, and I'm going to attack this with a impact driver with an 8mm socket. Just 2 little 8mm bolts. And it'll just pop right off. So this, from the looks of it, isn't broken, it's just really dirty. So we'll clean it up, make it look really good. We might even, I have some of this red RIT dye, so we might even like dye it red. I'll have to see how that looks, but I think it would look pretty cool. So next is the pedal. Okay, so the brake pedal's off now, and if you take a look close here, it's just all dirty and crusty, and we're gonna shine it all up, make it look awesome. Then this is the pin and the cotter pin that was holding it onto the master cylinder. So we'll set those aside. I'll probably end up cleaning those up too, and we're going to clean up the hardware as well. But all that's left on here is just the, I believe this is the brake fluid reservoir, and then just the master cylinder and caliper. I don't think I'm going to take the hose off, because I'll have to bleed the brakes at that point, so I'm going to try and clean it without taking the hose off. If I have to take it off, it's fine, but I'll just have to bleed the brakes when we put the whole bike back together. But as of right now, we're going to start cleaning the brake pedal. Alright guys, so this is what we're going to use to clean the crusty brake pedal. It's a Scotch-Brite wheel on my buffing machine. And I just have this on like a rolly stand cart thing. and then on here is a actual like buffing wheel. But this is a Scotch-Brite wheel, and it's gonna make it look like super shiny. And then if it's like not consistent, we'll take a regular Scotch-Brite pad, like one like this, and use it by hand on the brake pedal. So, as of right now, say goodbye to the crusty brake pedal. Alright guys, so this is how the brake pedal turned out. As you can see, it's super duper shiny now. But if you look real close, I don't know if you can see, but there's a bunch of like scratches and pitting on the back of it. So to remove that, what I'm going to try is using a rougher Scotch-Brite wheel on the buffer, and hopefully that will remove all those scratches and pitting, and then we can hit it one more time with this super fine wheel to get it that like really nice shine that we had before. So we're going to switch out that wheel for this rougher wheel and screw the nut on. And we're going to try and clean it up. Alright, so you can see that it's a lot smoother now, especially on the back. It's obviously not going to get like super deep scratches, but because you would have to take off way too much material to be able to get those out. But it definitely removed the most of the small pitting marks and made it look 10 times better than what it used to. So now we're going to pop the fine wheel back on the buffer and give it that like brushed shine. Alright guys, so here's what the brake pedal looks like done. It's perfect, and I mean, I don't know, I think it's awesome. But next, I think we're gonna attack some of this over here to finish up the back brake system, and we need to clean these pieces and some of the hardware, like these bolts here. They need to be cleaned with the Scotch-Brite wheel. And I'm just gonna finish up the back brake system, and then I'm gonna do the front brakes. I think I'm gonna separate all this stuff into another video, because it's probably, if I do all these parts, the video is probably gonna be like 25 minutes long. So just gonna keep it short and do the front brakes and the rear brakes in this video, and then I'll shoot another video, hopefully the same day as today, with the radiators. I left the hoses over here. I'll do the radiator hoses. I believe I'm getting an ultrasonic cleaner to do some of the hardware, so I'm going to wait for the carb to try the ultrasonic cleaner out with that. And then we'll just do the radiator hoses, the throttle tube, the intake manifold right here, the kill switch. And like I said, there's not that much stuff that needs to be done. All the engine parts are over here, are getting Cerakoted. And then I believe we're getting all new plastics, which are in there. I cleaned the gas tank up off camera. Over here, I cleaned the swing arm. So most of the stuff is already pretty clean, and then besides just the tires and wheels over there. But let's just finish this video and complete the brakes and get them all looking shiny and nice. Alright guys, so I got the rear brakes as best I could. It was really hard to get in between like all those crevices in the caliper and the caliper mount and whatnot. The master cylinder actually looks pretty good, and from what it was before, it's definitely a really big improvement. So I think we're just gonna maybe leave this how it is. Obviously, we'll put this back on there, or actually it goes like this. We're gonna put that back on there, and then just temporarily this is gonna be RIT dyed most likely, and then these two pieces that hold the brake hose onto the swing arm are also going to be RIT dyed, but we'll just put this on temporarily and then we'll move to the front brakes. Alright, I think I'm going to work on the caliper first because that's more dirty than the master cylinder. Alright, so I got the caliper as clean as I could get it without like disassembling the entire thing and having to bleed the brakes. I'm trying to do this all so that I don't have to bleed the brakes at the end of this, and I think I got it as clean as, even if it was taken apart, I probably wouldn't have been able to get it any more clean unless I powder coated it or something, which I actually ended up doing that on the KX over here. So if you look, it's got powder coated calipers, and the mounts as well are also powder coated. Can't really see it from here, but yeah. So now let's go after the master cylinder. Alright guys, so I cleaned up the master cylinder same way I did the caliper with a wire brush, and then I used a Scotch-Brite pad on this ugly master cylinder cap and made it shine. And as I said before, we need a new brake lever, and then other than that, I think the brakes are good. Alright guys, so I think that caps off today's video. We got the brakes all clean. And then in the next video, we'll be doing pretty much the rest of the parts aside from the carburetor and the shock and maybe a couple other little things. But we're doing most of the stuff in the next video, like cleaning up the axles, cleaning up some of the bolts, the radiator hoses, radiators, throttle, tube, intake manifold, and the kill switch. And I mean, that's pretty much it, aside from, like I said, the carburetor and shock. I'm going to wait to clean the shock until I'm ready to powder coat, and then I'm going to get an ultrasonic cleaner to clean the carburetor, and then once I have the ultrasonic cleaner, I can clean the carburetor, and I can also clean most of the hardware that's in bags on the bottom of this shelf. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned for the next video. And I guess that's it for this video, so I'll see you later.